In this video, I want to go over the properties of exponents problems from the summer packet that gave students some issues. So I'm going to go over problems number 2, 9, 10, and 11. 11 being the hardest, or the one that you have to think at most outside the box for. Okay, number 2. We have negative 7 times x times y to the 4th, all of that times negative 2 times x to the 5th times y to the 6th. Okay. So we don't really need the parentheses here. We can just kind of combine like terms. So we have a negative 7 and a negative 2. All right, that's going to give me a positive 14. I have an x and an x to the 5th. This is like a little x to the 1st power. Okay, so I can add those exponents, and I'm going to get x to the 5 plus 1, which is x to the 6th power. Then I have a y here and a y here. Again, I'm going to add the exponents, and I'm going to get y to the 6 plus 4, which is 10. Okay, and that's my very colorful answer. All right, next problem. This problem looks very ugly, but it's really not so bad. Okay. The first thing we should do, well, we can take this a bunch of different directions, but the first thing that I am going to do is distribute this 3 to everything. All right? We're raising everything to the 3rd power. So I have now 3 to the 3rd, which is 27. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Y to the, okay, so we're going to use the power rule here, and we're going to have 1/4 times 3, which is 3/4. Okay. On the bottom here, we're going to have y to the 3/12. Well, what is 3/12? We can reduce that, right, to 1/4. Okay, this is going to be 1/4. We're almost done here. Okay, move it down here. So we have, I don't change the color. No, I won't. Okay, 27. Y to the, okay, let's use the division rule. The quotient rule. Okay, so we're going to have y raised to the 3/4 minus 1/4. Okay? And if we simplify that, it's going to be 27y to the 3/4 minus 1/4. Well, that's 2/4. What's 2/4? That is 1/2. Okay? So again, and you can also write this, you know, if you wanted to, 27 and the square root of y. I would accept either one of these answers. Okay? Next problem, number 10. Okay, first thing I see here is, and again, you can start these problems in many different ways, but the first thing I see here is I have a 20 and a 5. I'm going to reduce that. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So I'm going to get a 4 on the top. Then I'm going to have x to the 1/2, which is, I'll just keep it as 1/2, minus 1/4. Okay, so that's going to be 4 to the, well, 0.5 minus 0.25. It's going to be another 4th. Oops. Okay, and that's my answer. All right, next problem. If 2 raised to the 2.322 is equal to 5, and that's an estimation, that's not quite right, but this is going to go on for I had to truncate it to make this problem. Okay, so 2 to the 2.322 is equal to 5. Then what does 2 raised to the 5.322 get you? Okay. Well, we know this weird 322 thing is seen here, right? And we know that we can kind of make this number, 2 to the 5.22, whatever. We can use maybe like this rule. It says if I have a raised to the a raised to the x times a raised to the y, that's going to be a raised to the x plus y. So maybe I can make this, this thing here, this 5.322, maybe I can make that into a combination of 2.322 and some other number. I think you can guess what that number is. So we're going to use that property. Okay, so let's try it out. All right, so I have 2, and then I want to make it be like 2.322. Whoops. And then I got to add something to it to get 5.322. Well, if I add 3 to it, right? 3 plus 2 is 5, and then I have my 0.322 there. Okay, let's break that up into, I'll put it down here, 2 times 2.322 plus, oops, sorry, not plus, times 2 to the third. Okay. Well, we know that 2 raised to the 3.22 is 5, and 2 raised to the third, well, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, and 8 times 16 is 40. So that's the answer to this, is 40. Of course, if you were to put this into a calculator, you wouldn't get exactly 40. You'd get a little bit above 40. And that's because I rounded this. But I wanted you guys to think about how to solve this problem using your exponent rules.